The latest economic survey led by V. Anant Nageswaran has reassessed India's long-term economic prospect and raised the country's potential growth rate from 6.5 to 7%. This reassessment comes amid an active debate on India's current GDP growth trajectory and reflects the survey's view of improved structural and medium-term growth capacity of the economy. What is potential economic growth and why it matters? A country's potential growth rate differs from its annual GDP growth. While GDP growth measures how fast the economy expands in a given year, potential growth shows the pace at which it can grow without causing high inflation. If growth exceeds this level, demand outstrips supply and prices rise. If it falls below, resources remain underused. Therefore, to achieve sustainably higher growth, governments must focus on raising the economy's potential growth rate, not just boosting short-term demand. What determines a country's potential growth rate? Capital stock. Potential growth depends on the size and quality of physical assets such as roads, bridges, ports, factories and machinery that support production and expansion in the economy. Labor input. This includes not just the number of workers but also their skills, productivity and capacity, which directly influence how much an economy can produce. Total factor productivity. Total factor productivity reflects how efficiently labor and capital are used together. High efficiency allows faster growth without inflationary pressure. India's declining potential growth, the trend. Research by the Reserve Bank of India shows that India's potential growth rate has declined over time. 2003 to 2008 around 8%. India's highest growth phase 2009 to 2015 fell to 7%. Around the COVID-19 period declined further to 6.5% as acknowledged by the Chief Economic Advisor. This decline underscores the need for sustained reforms to rebuild long-term growth capacity. Why the economic survey sees higher potential growth. Reforms lifting medium-term growth. The Chief Economic Advisor notes that the cumulative impact of recent policy reforms has raised India's medium-term potential growth to around 7%, reversing earlier declines. Manufacturing and supply side push. Key reforms over the past 3 years. PLI scheme, FDI liberalization and logistic improvement have strengthened manufacturing capacity and boosted the economy's ability to expand supply. Labor market improvement. Measures such as labor law consolidation, lower regulatory compliance and state level reforms along with investment in education, skilling and apprenticeships have reduced labor market frictions and improved employability conditions for sustained gains. The survey stresses that credible increases in potential growth require persistent reforms and macroeconomic stability conditions. It says India currently meets. The caveat. External risk. Despite domestic strength, the survey cautions that geopolitical conflicts and global disruption could still constrain India's ability to fully realize its growth potential.